if you're sitting there now, as I am here, I'm sitting very comfortably, and I have my arm resting on the arm of the chair, and I'm looking at my hand. And I'm becoming aware of my hand. I'm noticing it, gently noticing it. And I'm continuing to notice my hand. And when you notice your hand like that, you can start the little flow going. Or to put it another way, the little flow starts. You don't even want to try. See, trying is an act of will. It involves some kind of struggle, willfulness. It's like trying to solve a problem, a math problem or something. Trying. No, you don't want to try. Just look at your hand and become aware of it with your awareness. You know how a parent, when they look at their child in a certain way, not with emotion, but with a thoughtfulness. When you look at your child with thoughtfulness, then you can see what's going on with your child. It's kind of like love. I hesitate to use the word love because most people think of love as an emotion. It's not an emotion. It's a disinterested, pure love. It's an agape love. It's a concern, if you will. Not worry, just concern, or thoughtfully considering. You see? So you look at your hand with your awareness. You bring your awareness to your hand and notice it. And you can notice one finger at a time. That's helpful. For example, notice your thumb. Be very, very, very aware of your thumb. Feel the blood flowing into your thumb. Your thumb may become a little tingly as you're aware of it. Notice your first finger. Just pay attention to your finger. Give it your awareness. Give it your attention. You're lovingly and thoughtfully giving your attention to your first finger, and now your second finger. Now your third finger. Your fourth finger. As you give your attention to your hand, you're noticing your hand. Now at the same time, you can close your eyes. I'm going to close my eyes now, but I'll open them and close them. You can keep them closed if you like. So I've closed my eyes, and I'm becoming aware of a spot in the middle of my forehead, like there, right in the middle. I'm aware of that spot. And at the same time, as I'm aware of that spot, I'm looking out, as if I were looking out through my eyelids, or looking out through my forehead, looking out into space. And you will see little particles of light, little patterns, little pixels of light. Delicate, warm glow of light is there, isn't it? Very delicate, little patterns of light. And at the same time, as you're aware, as you see those little particles or pixels of light, you are aware of your hand. So you notice the middle of your forehead, and you see the little pixels of light with your mind's eye, and you're also at the same time aware of your hand. Now, as you're aware of your hand, it's almost as if you know where your hand is, without images. Just you sense where it's at, with your mind's eye, in spiritual. It's like there's a spiritual, very delicate outline of your hand. there. And you're watching the little pixels of light. And you're aware of the middle of your forehead. And you're extending your awareness down your arm to your hand. As you give your attention to your hand with your eyes closed, you see the little pattern of light. You're extending that awareness to your hand, all the way to your fingertips. Your awareness extends to your hand. And what you are doing is you are communing with the inner light from God. When you look at the inside of your eyelids or out through the middle of your forehead, what you're observing is spiritual light. And that spiritual light is in your awareness. And then when you give your attention to your hand, you extend that awareness to your hand, to your body. So you're communing with the inner light, and you're communing with your body. You're extending, you're the mediator. There's nothing you have to do other than just see the light and be aware of your hand and give your attention to your hand. You see how that works? Now when you do that, you're extending the good that's in the inner light to your whole body. You'll feel your hand becoming a little tingly, kind of a delicate tingly, gentle tingle, maybe a little warm tingle. You can feel your hands, both of your hands, your feet, your whole body can feel that delicate warmth. It's like a spiritual embrace. Now, a couple of good things that happen. First of all, when you watch the little patterns of light on the inside of your eyelids, it cancels out the imagination. All those thoughts and images that want to pull you into them. It cancels them out. It replaces them, in other words. And when you're doing your little meditation and you notice that you've floated away with a daydream, then just return your attention to your hand again. Become aware of your hand and feel the little tingle. Feel your awareness. Do you see how you can feel your awareness? That awareness, the spiritual that you have in the spiritual light, that lightens your mind, and that you extend to your hand, you can feel it. It's like it flows into your hand becomes warm. And another good thing is that, and so every time that you float away with a thought on a daydream, just notice that you were lost in a daydream, and that brings you back to the present. And once again, look at the little patterns of light and become aware of your hand. Now, now understand that all those thoughts that want to pull you away, those images, thoughts about the past and worries about the future and all of that stuff, it got in when you were upset and emotional. So now, don't struggle with them. Just observe them in the light. And as you do your meditation, the little patterns of light that you see will replace those images.